Welcome back to the Motivating Force podcast. I'm Josue, an aspiring Marine Corps officer, and I'm currently finishing up my bachelor's degree in criminal justice. This is Justin, a motivational speaker who's always excited to share our topics with all of our wonderful listeners.
Welcome to the show. Hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season and that your Christmas is going to go exceptionally well. If you decide to have more than 10 people in your home, do not worry. I don't think anybody here is going to tell on you. But we do have a lot to talk about today. This is going to be quite an interesting Christmas coming up because of, well, COVID season.
Yep. It's going to be a lot of small gatherings because depending on where you are during this pandemic, there's regulations that governors and people in our government are telling us that we can't have gatherings more than 6 people.
Yeah.
So depending on where everybody's at, depends on how great your Christmas will be.
Exactly, man. There's nothing more I love than the government telling me what to do, which is why I'm here to tell you guys what to do. So, keeping that in mind, with some of the changes we're seeing this year, change isn't always a bad thing.
Never.
We always need to look at the positive side of just everything going on. And even when you pull the positive out of the negative, it helps your overall life experience. So for this episode, we're talking about giving your best this Christmas. It's our whole theme. And I think we have some pretty interesting points to go across here.
Yeah. Giving your best this Christmas, it should also correlate to giving your best all year round.
Exactly.
Hopefully this is the time of year that not only do you have to start thinking what does Christmas really mean, but it'll start changing the perspective on how we're just wasting money the entire year, because now I'm pretty sure everybody's struggling financially. And it's you got to give the best that you can, but not only because it's holiday season.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up because my whole first point here to come across with everybody is to discuss gift giving. Because when we talk about giving your best for Christmas, I've always had a little bit of more skewed vision of Christmas. It's always been more of a commercial holiday for me now than what the true meaning of it is all about, which is a shame.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have that perspective, but that's just the way that the holiday has rubbed me. So
I mean, that's also the way that we just grow up. Instead of just always receiving the gifts, now we're looking at it from the perspective of we have to buy all these gifts now. So it's that's all it's coming down to is, oh, this person wants this gift, this person wants this gift, instead of thinking how can I just make them happy? Maybe just a visit, maybe just a phone call. It doesn't have to be a $200 Gucci purse, you can just give your best by reaching out to them, seeing how they are, telling them that you're thinking about them. You don't have to pay money.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's always been the downfall for this holiday for me was always exactly that, when you make plans for Halloween, it's always just what are you going to wear? What are you going to be? Come over, let's have a good time.
Yeah.
And then Christmas is oh, you're coming over? Cool. Here's my list.
Yeah.
Pick something on it, buy it for me.
Yep.
I hate it, man. I do, But on the concept of gift giving here, you mentioned the financial struggles of it. And this is, of course, about bringing the positive side to bad situations in life. Hopefully, everybody's learned a little bit about their financial situation or at least some better forms of money management through this pandemic going on.
Yeah, I mean, we've made it almost a year going on this pandemic. I'm pretty sure people should have a general idea how to manage their finances at this point.
Yeah.
With all the struggles and loss of jobs at the beginning of the pandemic. If you don't have your finances in plan right now, you got to get to it. Or go back to our financial management episode. Go on.
Luckily, though, the best gifts that you can get people for Christmas really don't require a whole lot of money. It's always about how much thought you put into it.
Yeah.
So unfortunately for some people, that's a lot more painful than just being able to spend the money when you have it, right?
Yeah.
So, let's get into that a little bit, man. I think we could help some people out who, can't go the conventional route of just buying their kid a PS5 this year.
Yeah, but you also have to hit the perspective of the person receiving that gift. If you're that person that you're just like, you always want that monetary or that, like you want people to spend the money on you and you don't feel like they're giving you a thoughtful gift if they're not spending money on you, then you really have to change like your thought process because that's incredibly selfish, especially during the pandemic. Like you can't just always be expecting for handouts. So somebody making you a macaroni picture frame, like the good old days when we used to make those, they gave you that with the thought of, hey, let's put a picture of us two together that you can see year round instead of let me buy you some shoes that you're going to wear off in 3 months.
Yeah.
So we also got to talk about those kinds of people that they really need to self-evaluate.
Yeah. Real easy, just to save on the editing. If you're that type of person, reevaluate yourself, because if you're evaluating people based off of how much money they spend on you, there are a lot of terms for people like that when it comes to non-Christmas situations. And I would implore you to look those up and feel like if those are labels you want to live by.
Yeah, because unfortunately we can't be saying those on YouTube or we won't get put into an algorithm. So
yeah, welcome to more people telling us what to do. So back on topic here. One of the most important gifts that you can really get out there and give somebody is your time.
That's a good one, because what is time? Time is money.
Time is money. But even better, time is something that you will never get back once you spend it.
Yeah.
There is no regeneration of your time. We all have that clock and it's ticking down. So you need to use that time wisely. And when you use it, just get out there and spend time with the people that you want to spend time with, the people that you care about. And of course there will be those moments where you're around family members this holiday season where you might not appreciate them, and that's okay. You kind of just make your way through the crowd over to your more favorite uncle or cousin, and just enjoy the time together. Make those memories with the people that you're going to be spending time with, because again, we talk about the financial struggle, and we also talk about, some people out here, they are getting really sick.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to put that in perspective, especially when you talk about like your grandparents and things like that, If you or me get COVID, we're out of work for a week or two.
Yeah.
If
grandparents
your 85-year-old grandma gets COVID, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So take that into consideration when you're planning out your holiday season, and look at your time as more of that gift you're going to give to people, because you're going to appreciate that time you spent with them. It's going to create for more lasting memories.
And I just kind of wanted to make a joke, because most people think about like what that ultimate gift would be. And the ultimate gift for your grandparents is definitely not COVID-19. So that's something that I wanted to stress out as well, is don't be stupid this holiday season. If you do spend time with grandparents or people older than you or people that are at risk and have underlying health issues, like be smart about what you're doing. Don't just go in thinking that everybody's like negative, like that everybody just got a test. Go in and make sure everybody is safe. Don't just make plans with family and you end up going home with an extra gift and that's COVID. Don't do that. Because I'm the kind of person that in my tradition, or my family traditions, we spend time with my grandparents, and they're getting pretty old. And as active as they are, this COVID thing it's very scary to them. So they're cutting back on the people and how many people are going to be at the house at once. So I just really want people to understand that. Like, just don't be stupid when making these plans with your family. Because if anything, spend time with them correctly, because like he said, you don't get back that time you spent with them, and the older that they get and the more at risk that they possibly are for COVID, like time is precious to them.
Yeah, but if you got $1 million in the bank, you're not counting it every single day like you do when you only have pennies left. So it is a good point. And definitely, because I know sometimes here on the show we kind of seem to put off the whole COVID thing. And that's more so just for like those extreme sides of it, where obviously we don't support anything that's extremist on any category at all. having family gatherings of 6 or less is a ridiculous idea. But when you come over, should you wash your hands and try not to sneeze and cough over everybody? Yeah, probably, especially your grandparents. But that's just, to me, I mean, that's kind of just common sense, right? It's just basic hygiene. But just make sure you keep up with it, for sure.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I really do appreciate from this whole COVID season pandemic thing that we've been getting is the knowledge of like keeping up with hygiene. Wash your hands. That should be obvious. That shouldn't be something that the government's putting on the news for us to do. You shouldn't have a reminder on your phone to wash your hands for a certain amount of seconds, Yeah. So the fact that that's coming to light and more people are actually putting that into their habit, I appreciate that. But let's get away from COVID for a second. Let's go back onto the lighter things.
Yeah, definitely. What do you have in mind?
Well, there was one point that I wanted to make as well, apart from the COVID, was that for presents, right? You know what everybody would appreciate? Well, I'm speaking for a lot of people here. Food. You're going to make food anyway. Just make more food for the people that you are going to spend time with on Christmas, and they're going to tear it up.
Yeah. Most of my fondest memories going through the holiday seasons in general has just been
at the dining room table.
Looking forward to the meal.
Yeah, of course. You got that holiday, what is it from the Grinch? That roast beast that they called it. That was my favorite line from that movie. But yeah, just make some food. It's simple. You are putting love and thought into it. You're feeding your family. So it's not like you're wasting your money on things that they're not going to use because they're going to eat it.
And let me tell you what, too. If you're not a parent, right? You're more of that kid, teenager, young adult getting ready to attend these festivities. Not only are they going to really appreciate you bringing food, they're going to be surprised that you're bringing food. They're probably just going to be surprised that you knew how to cook something.
Yeah.
And you are going to win more bonus points the younger you are if you're bringing food to a festivity.
Yeah. And cook food is the key word there. Don't go to McDonald's. Don't ask your parents to take you to the drive-thru and you're grabbing like McRibs for everybody. Put some thought into like the dish. Make like Rice Krispie treats or something.
I saw a video on Facebook where it was this good old black Southern family, right? They're having Thanksgiving and they're just roasting the hell out of one of the cousins, right?
What?
And they open up the pan that he brought, right? One of those big catering trays. You know what he brought?
What? McDouble.
No, he brought cereal.
Oh my God.
He was like, you told me to bring whatever I had. All I had was cereal, so I brought some cereal and some milk.
Yeah. It's like when you have a potluck, it's the person that brings the cups for the drinks.
Yeah.
Like, guy, contribute.
Yeah. He brought a whole catering pan full of cereal, took it out of the box and just put free range cereal out there.
That's
man.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, he put the effort into taking it out of the box, out of the bag. That's multiple layers and steps that you don't have to do.
We appreciate that.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah. Main point, maybe try doing mashed potatoes or some sort of protein, right? It's not too hard to throw something on the grill. It could be a little bit more better than McDonald's and cereal. Try just a little bit.
All right, man. Let's get off of food because this is making me hungry. So, what's the next point?
All right, man. Coming off of the food, you mentioned the Grinch a couple times.
Yeah, I love the Grinch.
Yes, and apparently so does some government officials.
Uh-oh.
So, with that being said, to avoid copywriting, I have a link in the description that I would love for everybody to check out. It's going to be a short, I don't think it's just a minute, 30-second long clip of a well-known government official right now who compared Christmas to the Grinch. Now, not the Grinch being a part of Christmas, but the whole holiday this season needs to be denounced and removed because of COVID.
Yeah.
And he went as far as saying that when you hear those jingle bells and that music playing, just think of the Grinch. Because COVID is the Grinch that came and stole the holiday from you this year.
Wow. So he's saying that because you can't spend time with your family because he's the same person telling you not to spend time with your family. That you have to attach this negative connotation with the holiday.
Remember that he's not the bad guy. It's COVID. And that's why after that, 3 days later, he took a flight out to Mexico for vacation.
Yep, but COVID is definitely forcing his hand, right? COVID's the big bad puppet master.
Yes.
God, these people.
And I know we're hitting, man, we're beating up COVID on Christmas here, but that's because, I mean, I want you guys to have a good time with your family.
Yeah.
I really do. And, you know, if you're just being sensible and clean and just, you know, responsible with your health like that, you're gonna be fine. And I would really hate to see, you know, after the year of all this financial struggle, all this stress everybody's going through, I would really hate to see you not being able to find comfort in your own family. Because what is left right now for you? What more can be regulated or taken away during this whole COVID pandemic right now, aside from the comfort of your own family? Because that's exactly what everybody's coming for. And that's why I'm making it a really good point here to beat up on COVID this episode. And I hate to beat it to death, but it's just been really hard on my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I really do appreciate a lot of things that have come from COVID. Not like the deaths and people getting sick and all this, but that it's giving the entire world that chance to take a step back, to reevaluate like their entire life, how they spend their holiday season. Like, it's turning into this just cycle of we need to buy. Black Friday, it was getting so violent. Now it's a little bit better because we have Amazon and we can just shop online. We don't have to go to stores and like run out the door and camp in the front yard, you know?
Yeah.
But like COVID gives you that chance to reevaluate everything. Christmas is my favorite holiday season. I love the cold.
Do you love the cold or do you love the Florida cold?
No, I love the cold. I don't know if I could live in like deep snow because I've never seen snow.
Yeah.
But I've been to New York I haven't seen snow fall, let me clarify. I've seen snow on the ground.
Okay.
So ice, you know, I see some white stuff on the ground.
Yeah.
But I've never seen snow fall. I've never been in like a blizzard or anything. So I can't speak that far ahead. But I love the cold because I'm always hot. I'm always sweating. Right now, I'm sweating. Why am I wearing this flannel? I don't know. But
I'm glad that, you know, you are wearing the flannel, not for the sweat, but, you know, just being in the holiday spirit.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. But going back to not the snow part, but just appreciating this holiday. I love being around family. You know, family is really important to me, and it's something that I stressed when we were talking about the rings of friendship, and who you have close is really who matters in your life the most. So I love spending time with my family, with my loved ones, with my friends. And Christmas is that time to do it because you always have those Hallmark Christmas specials or just like Charlie Brown Christmas where they talk about the true meaning of Christmas, which this is going to be like a teaser for Wednesday's bonus episode when we really have a deep dive on the origins of Christmas. Stick around, watch that episode on Wednesday. But where they talk about the true meaning of Christmas. And I know we've changed it over the years and everything, but we're able to take that step back now because of COVID and realize, let's just spend time with each other. Let's just spend time with our family. You know, let's eat some food and have some laughs. That's going to be a lot better than who gets what gift and like running all over the living room, passing around the gifts, and it's just like a mess. I'm always like, let's get that part over with, and then let's go back to just sitting around, drinking some eggnog, having some drinks, you know, just hanging out.
Yeah, definitely. And hey, I want to know who's on Team Eggnog.
Well, you got
who's
me.
Not.
You got me on Team Eggnog. I know our boy Taekwondo over on Twitch. If you follow him at the dojo, he's a hardcore eggnog guy, just like myself.
Yeah, I heard he was going to mix eggnog with some G Fuel.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. Taekwondo G Fuel collaboration.
You know, hey, let's see what can happen, man.
That's going to be disgusting.
Yeah.
But let's make this episode pop right here so G Fuel can get a little idea.
Some ideas for the joyous gift of giving.
Yeah.
For the holiday season. So really, you know, the main point, give your time, but when you put that value on your time, You're going to be able to appreciate it more. People will appreciate it more because you're going to use that time effectively with the people you're going to be with. And that's really all we care about. You're going to be able to save the little bit of money you've been able to earn this year because everybody's going to understand the lack of gifts. And if they don't, and they're older than the age of 5, you can judge cast your own judgments upon that person and see about what type of relationships you have with people in your life. If they're under the age of 5, you can give them an excuse. It's okay.
And it's funny that you're mentioning kids real quick because one of my favorite comedians, Tom Segura, he had this joke in this series that he's putting out on YouTube where it's just like Tales from the Road or something like that. And he's just talking alone pretty much. And he's saying that like one of his favorite things to do, because he has a 2 and a 4-year-old boy, right? So they're pretty young. They don't know what they're getting and what's a cool gift, right? So this guy, he's rich because he's a well-known comedian, but he'll just buy office supplies and give it to them and be like, oh, this is your Christmas gift. And they're like, oh my God, wow. And he's like, yeah, look at this paper clip. And then like puts it and he's like, you can put papers in it and hold them. And he's like, they love it. I'm not spending any money. I just go grab some stuff, wrap it up. They're going to appreciate it. Now, once they're like 6 years old, like you're saying, they're really going to be like, this is trash, Dad. Give me something cool.
They're going to catch on and be like, you know what? Not only do you owe me another gift this Christmas, but the last 3 you conned me on, you got some making up to do, buddy.
No, I thought that was so funny because I was like, I can just go to Office Max, grab like a bundle of paper clips and just hand them out to a bunch of kids.
And hey, man, it's all about what you can do with that gift, right?
Yeah. How far does it go? Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. Hey, fun fact for you. Did you know this year is going to be the first year that Charlie Brown special is not going to be aired on TV?
No way. I thought it was going to like Hulu or something.
Nope. Because Hulu wouldn't be that big of D-bags about it. Apple actually purchased the rights to Charlie Brown, and they are not going to allow it to air on TV as of now.
Yeah.
So far, they've said, no, you can't play that. So this will be the first year in probably recorded history since Jesus was born that we will not have the Charlie Brown special on TV.
Since Jesus was born. Oh my God. Charlie Brown Christmas is like, it's such a highlight of Christmas. You got to watch it.
Now you got to go rent it from Apple.
That's so stupid, man. I can't believe that they're doing that. And I don't know, like I can't speak for the entire world in different countries, but it's a stupid and ignorant comment on my end. But in America, because I don't know if the UK watches Charlie Brown Christmas, but it's a big thing here. Charlie Brown Christmas is pretty big.
Yeah, I've watched that every single year. Even if you don't watch it, it's at least on one TV.
Yeah,
it's somewhere.
It's in the background. You hear it.
Something's going on with it. Yeah. As you guys saw yesterday, we did that top 5 gifts you can give yourself video. Feel free to check that out if you haven't. If you're just used to the Monday, Wednesday routine here, that's going to be some really more of that educational side. I know Mondays are usually educational, but we pushed it there for you guys because we wanted to just bang out these points for everybody. Today, we just wanted to have the lighthearted family conversation, give you guys an example of what it looks like to actually hang out and have fun with people again. So do it. Do it this season. Everybody will appreciate it. I guarantee you.
So thank you everybody for listening to this Christmas special episode. Another pretty light one, but we really wanted to emphasize the importance of spending time with the people you really do care about, valuing your time, giving some thought into what you give. You don't have to necessarily buy anything for anybody because I know times are pretty tough right now. But a free gift that you can give people, this video, share this video, give us a like. That'll be a great gift for us. Subscribe if you haven't done that because we would really appreciate that. All of our videos come out Mondays and Wednesdays and probably Sundays from now on with those top 5s for you. Little bonus episodes. Feel free to comment down below how you're liking everything. And until then,
go on and get